Hey, what's up, family, and welcome back to Let Your Life Speak. Today, I just want to speak briefly on relationships. Yeah, relationships, because unfortunately, some relationships expire. It's not always a great feeling, but some relationships expire. Some friendships they're temporary. They're only there to serve a specific purpose, and then that it's just over. Once that purpose is fulfilled, that relationship fizzles. It's a fact. It's a fact that a lot of us are uncomfortable with, but it is a thing. And trying to relive or recreate those memories is often only a waste of time. So I just want to talk about that briefly because I personally had a friendship, or I would even say a brotherhood, a friendship that I think ended recently, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly happened with that one. But it got me thinking about relationships. So I wanted to come on here and share a message today because I attended a course about a year ago by Lisa Nichols, and she highlighted 3 types of relationships, and I just want to talk about those really quick. First type is lifetime relationships. You're going to be around each other forever. That relationship, that friendship, it has no expiration date. Lifetime relationships. Then we have life-giving relationships. This is a relationship that it'll be there for a while, but it's going to fizzle away after a few years or so. You know, no matter what you try to do, no matter what you do, it just is what it is. That relationship it's going to end by some means, whether it's an explosive event or it just fades away. It may feel wrong because you've gained some good things out of that relationship. So why does it have to end? You know, that's a reasonable question, but you know, we connect and we reconnect with people at different points in our lives and our careers, and we're able to pick right back up where we left off. But sometimes when we try to reconnect with those people, with certain people, it's just not the same anymore. You've grown, they've grown, and that connection it's just not quite there anymore. It was a life-giving relationship while it lasted, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't meant to last forever. I don't know why. Then we have purposeful relationships. These are the ones that the majority of us are in today. And the problem is we run into issues when we try to make our purposeful relationships last for a lifetime. But they aren't really meant to last for a lifetime. And that's where we run into issues because that's not always easy to accept. So we need to realize this about relationships and be able to identify whether we're in a lifetime relationship, a life-giving relationship, or a purposeful relationship. Now, it doesn't mean we got to investigate. We don't have to investigate every relationship we're in. Like, hey, man, hey, woman, you in this thing forever, or this a temporary agreement we got going on here. I'm not saying investigate your relationships, but being aware of the different types. You know, just live your life like you normally do. But when certain relationships come to an end, we may have to accept that this may not be a lifetime relationship, even though maybe we thought it was. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to fix relationships before, they totally fizzle away. Some of those relationships can be fixed, they can be enhanced, and they are meant to be lifetime relationships. Others won't be able to be reconciled, and we'll have to accept that those relationships, they're going to expire. So don't try to force all relationships to be lifetime relationships. They aren't all meant to last forever, and that's not a bad thing. It's going to cause a lot of unnecessary pain and frustration, and even good friends can expire. Even good friends. We change, we grow, we expand our knowledge, and sometimes that just puts us in a different place. Sometimes our friends grow, they expand their knowledge, and it puts them in a different place. So it's not always easy, but it's something that most of us have to deal with. And if we cannot accept, it's something that most of us have to deal with, and it's going to make us better. It's going to make them better. So we have to be able to deal with that. It doesn't mean we can't still love them, honor them, or respect them, even forgive them if that's the reason for the breakup. It just means that that relationship is no longer beneficial, and neither party can grow from that relationship. This is crucial information, especially for those who live a transient life. People are routinely coming in and out of your life. Military personnel. Right? Those with traveling jobs, athletes, musicians, speakers, whatever it is that brings people in and out of your lives. Some relationships are for a lifetime, some are life-giving while they last, and some are there to serve a purpose, and then it's done. If someone was life-giving or purposeful in your life and you run into them again, you may have to accept the fact that things will be different from now on. Embrace that it's going to be different because the purpose has already been served. That is what it is, right? That life-giving experience has already passed. You'll have to expect a new normal with them if you want to keep them in your life. So you're not living with a bunch of disappointments over and over and over. So with this knowledge, you can actually welcome them back in your life if you want to, but expect that things will be different and accept that things will be different than they used to be. That time has passed and it's time to move on from that. So sometimes we outgrow people. Sometimes we outgrow relationships. Sometimes they outgrow us, and we have to accept that. I like this advice from Ed Milet, who says, as you outgrow people and they no longer have a place in your life, you leave room for new relationships, new adventures, and new opportunities that serve you better. So be grateful for the time that you had with them. Move on, move forward, and leave the past where it belongs, in the past. Man, I felt that advice today, and I'm going to leave it right there. So you guys have a great week, and don't forget to let your life speak. Y'all take care.